Hello, hello, welcome back. It's the IEM China 2024 China closed qualifier, and now we are finally ready for the game. Appreciate you guys being so patient and waiting around for it. But you can hear, obviously, the crowd quite excited as we are on LAN in Shanghai with TYLOO and Steel Helmet. Obviously, we're not on LAN, Pilski. We're at home in Australia, but we're going to have a good night of Counter-Strike, I think.
Hey, I was on LAN in Shanghai like 4 years ago, but
Undefeated.
I don't know about right now. Either way, Steel Helmet going to be kicking things off on their map pick. T side for them, as TYLOO have selected the CT side, and it's going to be some kind of set play towards B here, and just a bit more of a retake. He's set up playing from Pillar and ready with reactive flashes Advent.
Yeah, Jamyoung just going to try to get that opening kill, but it's not quite going to go his way. Still, Advent is able to lock things down pretty comfortably. Ultimately, Steel Helmet kind of struggling to get their way into this B bomb site. It's a massive pitched battle. And of course, in all of that, the rotations are going to start to come across, and that's going to make things even more difficult for the T's. Advent very low, but hiding tucked away in the corner and just waiting for his teammates to get the job done, which is working out quite nicely. AE and Xiaosaga trying to keep it alive here for Steel Helmet, but they are falling under the pressure that TYLOO is bringing to the table. Advent, 3K on the pistol. You talk about Zoomers versus Boomers. Well, it is Boomers that win the day in this case.
For once, he's playing people his age, so he's probably going to frag out this game.
That's true. P2000, you know, big fan.
Yeah, P2000 growing with popularity, it seems. Either way, Steel Helmet, bit of a missed opportunity opening pistol round. Deagle investment out of all of the boys. Usually these days you'll see a full save into AK armor second round. You wouldn't usually see a middle ground. You see some kind of tech force, but a deco split pick approach from Steel Helmet. This is very classic TYLOO. Captain Mo takes first contact there, taking a lot of HP off Kaze. Wants to continue forcing the issue. A double entry on A. What is that?
Oh, Captain Mo, he's rolling back the clock, isn't he? He's seen these guys, these posers in a TYLOO jersey. He said, that's mine. He's got the MP9 there for 18. But I still don't think this round's really quite going to go the way of Steel Helmet. But look, they've done what they needed to do, right? They've got a lot of damage. They've got the bomb plant down. DD and AE, we'll see what they can conjure up.
I mean, the bomb plant makes all the difference heading into that next round. Going to definitely allow them to get much more respectable of a buy. DD, see if he can take any more guns away from the CT side. Not quite. So 3 alive. Going to be a respectable result there. Big double entry coming out for Captain Mo. And, oh, the second shot is what I'm interested in. That was a really nice raw adjustment. Let's see what the money's looking like for Steel Helmet, though. Bomb plant makes a massive difference there. AKs and armor come out, and a fair bit of util on all of the boys. So I would say, honestly, the Deagle buy, well worth its weight in gold. Chipping down that CT side economy, giving them an early reset window they can potentially take advantage of here.
All right, let's look at this window smoke. That's going to be one of the big things that we'll keep an eye on.
He's throwing the new one. You can see he was not to the left of the dump, the rubbish bin. Yeah, he's in front of it now. So he's done his homework.
Very good, very good. Love to see that.
Disruption at these top mid smokes, though. Counter flash comes out for the T side as they look to try to fight for mid control. Mercury trying to hold on to it for now.
Whoa, big nade. And the FAMAS will be more than enough, although Jamyoung, even from behind, getting the job done with the A1S. It's Advent there to get another trade as well, and that ends up looking just a little bit too clean for TYLOO. Steel Helmet not really pressuring them all that much in the first gun round. Advent's 5-1, by the way. So, you know, you talked about it and you said they're playing against players of his age, and you might be right. He might be fragging hard today.
Yeah. People he's played against for a very, very long time now, maybe the better part of 10 years, actually. So he's well and truly in his comfort zone. Steel Helmet not really getting too much done in that first gun round, unfortunately. He did try and go for a little bit of contest on that mid control. And TYLOO was heavily stacked in middle, wanting to fight for it early first gun round. And now you see with no window smoke, Deagle's coming out again. Oh, our Sage. These boomers making the Deagles look very sharp indeed.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little bit of a problem for TYLOO. Economic woes are certainly going to be something to consider going deeper into this half, particularly considering it is MR12. But tell you what, if they keep winning rounds... Oh, never mind. They're not going to win this round anymore. AE and Xiao Saga have just absolutely obliterated Mosaic and Advent. These guys just don't miss with the Deagle.
Jam Young 1 on 3. It's very doable for him. He hasn't got a kit though, which could be problematic unless he can find his way into window. Maybe he can salvage himself one. There's definitely opportunities for him to create himself 1v1s here. Obviously starts with Xiao Saga in top con here. Not sure that this is a corner you necessarily check, but Jam Young, very clued on young man.
Does he have the time to work with here? I mean, he's got a... Oh, he doesn't have a defuse kit. He's got a smoke. Not going to matter anyway. DD takes his head off. And still Helmet. They're trying to pump the crowd up a little bit. I mean, I tell you what, I would cheer for that team. Like, just look at that guy's hair.
Oh, boy. That's insane. Like, so sharp. So sharp 3K from Xiao Saga. He's just always had it, hasn't he? Age is but a number for this man. And that's a lot of pressure on TYLOO's economy. Big economic swing, 4K for two of the players here on Steel Helmet. They pick up their first round, and now TYLOO pretty bankrupt heading into this next round. It's going to be a 2-1-2 early on. Mid smokes come out for Steel Helmet, try to deny info over to the CTs, but they have a pretty good read on what's going on. Kaze already posted up on triple flash, well placed though.
Yeah, Nade's doing a lot of damage to Kaze. He's really under the pressure. You can just see him getting absolutely bombarded, and eventually will fall to Captain Mo, but at least Mercury is there to scrape up a couple of kills there with the MP9. Advent still anchoring the site, but he's lost his head. I tell you what, Xiao Saga, I mean, he's really still looking in fine form. Even back when he was in-game leading on Invictus Gaming, you could kind of rely on him in the pressure scenarios, and he always kind of had a way with the old AK.
He always gets his numbers. Captain Mo, another experienced player, taking the head off Mosaic, all on Jam Young yet again. He knows he has the timing to try and hunt Xiao Saga here, but Xiao Saga more than ready for that. Punishing from Tetris, and that is a massive round. Deagle Eco win straight into the first, the subsequent gun round win completely breaks the CT side economy of TYLOO here, and Steel Helmet. This is a very nice position on the T side of Mirage right now. Yeah,
certainly. I mean, I almost wonder as well, you know, who does the crowd actually support more here? Are they TYLOO fans because this has been one of the best Chinese teams over the last few years, or are they Steel Helmet fans because they're sort of got the nostalgia goggles on, you know? And obviously DD and Mo were part of the initial TYLOO roster that really broke out. AE, Xiao Saga have really been around the block as well. Hard to say. It's the crowd with one of these teams or the other. Certainly hearing a lot of cheers when Steel Helmet's getting those rounds, so maybe there's a little bit of a bias there, I'm not sure.
They're trying to ham up the crowd a lot as well. Here comes this short split. It's a good approach anti-eco. It should be a pretty nice mop-up. There's a couple of kills coming out here for Mosaic, but outside of that, Advent all alone with a Deagle. 1v3 from the NBK position. Had a pretty nice timing to sneak out on this line, but traded well by DD. And I don't think that losing those guns is going to be of too much of concern to the T side right now. They are more than well in a good position.
What's that? Snacks?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, DD's allowed to have snacks on the table, apparently.
Why not, mate? What in China?
I think DD needs to give Advent a bit of a hair lesson, though.
Oh, yeah.
Personally. You can see one of these teams put more effort into the hairstyles before they rocked up to play today.
That is for sure. Well, Tyler's back on the gun round.
Well, once again, Mid-Smoke's coming out with a Palace pop on the timing. Just to contact out Palace, or they're going to waterfall. Looks like Captain Mo going to set them up with flashes here to pop out A.
I mean, if they do, that's going to work really well. Just look at the flash coverage. Advent was kind of out in no man's land. Can't do too much about it. Mercury at least able to strike for one. And in the end, the counter util starting to come through is helping out TYLOO. Mercury's done a really good job. I think the window was maybe missed by half a second there for Steel Helmet, where you kind of had Advent floating around in no man's land by ticket booth. But they waited for an extra couple of seconds, and then he got back to safety, and Mercury had already come across as well. So looking a little bit better for TYLOO on this defense. Just a case of ensuring that they finish up these last couple of kills, though. With Mo and AE around, you can't be resting on your laurels. And they do get through with 3 guns alive. So that's an acceptable gun round from TYLOO.
I mean, it very much is kind of classic TYLOO strats coming out of Steel Helmet. Very simple T-side calling. Just palace pops, mid smokes into palace pops. And it's very simplistic, kind of puggy calling that, you know, obviously you'd expect to see from a bit more of a disorganized team. But it's the kind of strats that I think TYLOO is a bit of a level above. Obviously, if anyone's hitting their shots, Mirage T-side on their day, they can make that kind of gameplay work and find success with it. But I don't think that kind of approach is going to be good enough to consistently get one over on a team of TYLOO's caliber, especially getting in their current form right now.
Well, a couple of hero AKs for Mo and DD, and Jamyoung has missed the smoke up onto apartment. Also a missed window smoke by the looks of things there. That is going to eventually get re-smoked by Captain Mo. So still not 100% as far as the CS2 util is concerned.
No. A lot of mid control for the T's here, but absolutely no util. This is only really a half buy with a couple of hero AKs, so name of the game for Steel Helmet. Try to cause a bit of an upset and take guns away from the CT side. Whereas they are in window, untraded by AE. That's a bit of a missed opportunity. He's even allowed to get away with more. County flash from Mercury is gorgeous. 5 alive for the CT side, and TYLOO really starting to swat away some of these attempts at aggression from Steel Helmet and look more and more dominant as this game runs on.
Yep. Jamyoung looking supremely relaxed there in the new TYLOO jersey. And so a bit of a conversation to be had on the Steel Helmet side of the coin. Not sure who exactly is their coach.
I'm not sure either. Have a look, see if they listed it.
Well, I had a look on Liquipedia and it's not there.
I don't see anything.
Shishi, who I've not heard of before. But maybe if someone has the intel there, they can let us know. But obviously, TYLOO's looking pretty comfortable at the moment. I think, you know, you look at those couple of Deagle rounds, you think, okay, well, end of the day, yeah, sometimes the T side, they're going to hit some good shots. They're going to cause some trouble. They're going to bring a bit of pressure. But TYLOO was starting to sort of mount their comeback. And it's not even a comeback necessarily, but I'll just use that terminology. And they're kind of making it look pretty routine so far on the CT side. I think they're looking pretty okay. So Steel Helmet, what are they going to sort of throw in the mix here to change things up?
I mean, it's another fake. Macca's smokes and B pressure into a Palace pop. Trying to walk out Palace, but they get smoked off. Will this kind of disrupt the push is what I'm wondering. Jamyoung still being pressured by the T's, but able to pass the test with flying colors there. Really so unwavering.
Kaze behind triple once again is going to have his opportunity. Actually landed the shot onto 18, but was through the box, so he's not quite going to survive. Indeed, he finds a double. Advent and Mercury lining up. This could start to get interesting with Jamyoung being low, but he is really feeling it in that round. He just knew, it seemed like, where everyone that he had to take a fight with was going to be and when to peak. And so Jamyoung pulls up a very nice round for TYLOO.
Again, Steel Helmet relying on utility pressure and fakes to try to create opportunities, but when they don't find that entry onto the B anchor, unfortunately, not really able to have enough impact with a play like that. You know, DD makes it look more competitive of a round than it is. And Steel Helmet, I mean, this is, you know, old school TYLOO back on their BS here. This is no util T-side Mirage. Just going to try and take gunfights across the map with TYLOO. And hope that that's going to be good enough. They're rolling into a T-side gun round with 1 Molotov, and that's it. Swinging out top mid. Maybe that'll be good enough to get the job done, though, if they can just hit their shots.
Yeah, not sure that you're going to be getting away with that against a team like Steel Helmet.
Ooh. Oh, that was almost a great timing for Captain Mo. Fortunately, missed the boat there. He walks out Palace there, gets a pick on Kaze. That's going to pull the rotate probably towards CT and create a little bit of space in middle. So a bit of a missed opportunity. Steel Helmet back to the drawing board now. Just a couple of men with guns walking around in middle right now.
Yeah, 3-on-4 for Steel Helmet. I mean, they haven't really been able to dig themselves out of too many situations where they've had the numbers deficit. They've definitely done a lot of economic damage, but as far as winning the rounds are concerned, I still really have a lot of faith that TYLOO seems to be getting through these quite comfortably. Nade into the smoke. Not sure that Jamyoung was really able to spot too much off of that. I think both the Ts were hidden behind the walls.
Gonna get a bit of a B split going. Mosaic on bench, though, going to be quite hard to dislodge. Has a bit of util to offer Jamyoung, who's just playing an info game right now.
Jamyoung dancing around. Needs to get at least one here. Buy a little bit of time for that rotate and has been able to do so. Mosaic has lost his life. But with 5 seconds left on the clock, there's just no chance Steel Helmet wins this round anymore. And Xiaosaga in danger of dying before the time. I think he might have... Sorry, after the time. I think he might have just died before the time.
It's running the clock down quite a bit. Look, it was a decent approach from Steel Helmet, but you can very much tell what the name of the game is. They want to simplify the Counter-Strike right now. They are not ready to play macro against TYLOO in CS2. They are very much trying to take raw aim duels, trying to use pretty simple pieces of utility to create opportunities, but it's very kind of surface level kind of gameplay, bit on the puggy side. You know, Steel Helmet, we see their excellence really shine through when we get to the mid to late round, when they're just boiling down into XVX situations and some of the individuals can multi-frag, but on a macro level, they definitely cannot even really contest TYLOO right now.
Yeah, certainly not that way either. Jose looking for the headshots, not quite going to find them, but he's got the backup here from Jamyoung, and these two should be okay as long as they fight in tandem on short. There's smoke in the way for Mosey, but he's all good in the end, cleaning them all up. And that'll pretty much be that. AE, oh, hello for a second. But again, you know, there's just these flashes of brilliance from Steel Helmet. You know, it's that quintessential Asian CS discussion when you say, oh, these guys are so sharp, they're so good. But it doesn't really amount to too much, unfortunately.
Nah, they're not really putting too many rounds together. But that's kind of par for the course. This is really what we expected out of two teams at this level. Steel Helmet, they've done a good job just to get to this LAN event, to get to the through the qualifier, to be honest. But obviously, playing a team of TYLOO's caliber right now is not really something that they're ready for the most part. Aggression into Palace goes 1-for-1. Mercury and DD doing the dance of death right now, buying time for that CT rotations while the rest of Steel Helmet are scaling out ramp, but they've lost Palace control, so now they're kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and they're going to be forced to use utility to even try to stop the Palace player from harassing them as they try to scale into A, but they're going nowhere fast right now. They're stuck at Teddy.
Yeah, not sure where Mosey's off to. Catches Captain Mo, and Xiaosaga, he's going to have to try to salvage this one alongside AE, who, both of whom actually are stuck by Tetris and not really too far to go. So should be pretty easily wrapped up in the end there by TYLOO. 9-3 the scoreline at the end of the half. Alrighty, welcome back to the second half. It is 9-3 right now, and TYLOO, I mean, they're doing what they should be doing, aren't they? They should be beating Steel Helmet quite comfortably, and so far they are. Not to mention the fact that this is Steel Helmet's map pick, so we can only imagine what we're going to get on Nuke.
Yeah, I think pretty one-sided series so far, and now TYLOO moving it over to their own T side. But let's see what Steel Helmet have for us on CT side. Molly into window from TYLOO, smoke onto short as well as CT, and we're going to get a bit of an A split going on, but there's not a single CT on the A bomb side right now. They're all playing from jungle side.
That is an ambitious position from Mosey, isn't it? Sitting right up on top of the railing. He's going to jump into window, and Xiao Saga and Mo are able to hold on for the moment. Mosey had to jump back out into mid, but he's still done his damage, and even a little bit more onto Xiao Saga before he falls. And in that meanwhile, bomb's gone down on A. This is still a very winnable round for TYLOO, given that those Steel Helmet members are quite low and you're taking these close-range fights where the Glocks are going to be favored. Kaze tapping away, gets a Goosh and then the finish onto DD. And even still, Jamyoung completely unnecessary. It's all Kaze. Jamyoung was just baiting in the firebox, letting Kaze do the dirty work. And easy as you like, TYLOO have another.
Yeah, and in the MR12 format, that is a bit of a death sentence for Steel Helmet on the CT side. CT side comebacks from this position going to be very difficult, to say the least. Some teams will even consider round 2 full spy here to try to get something going for themselves. They're going to go for a bit of a middle ground. Big investment in a lot of Deagles. I can't blame them, to be honest. The Deagles have been absolutely singing for Steel Helmet at the moment, but it's really going to hamper what they can put together in the next round if they're not able to actually get any kills with this $700 investment. And for TYLOO, not playing any games right now, taking this one relatively serious. It's a 3-2, smoke into window, holding for aggression, holding that palace control and slowly working the map. Re-smoke to window. Ooh, that's a nice shot from AE though. Galil picked up. Look at this connector crossfire as well. Going to isolate Mosey and pick him off. This could go pear-shaped very quickly for TYLOO.
DD up the stairs is going to be the real problem, but Mercury deals with that accordingly. And AE, he's now been spotted out as well, so his position known. Starts to shore the round up a little bit for TYLOO. Kaze, though, still kind of floating around in an awkward spot here. If that smoke fades or just opens up a little bit. Oh, what a mess. Kaze now in the one-on-one. He's going to take the fight against AE, and he'll win it.
Good damage inflicted, though, by the CT side. Taking 4 guns away from TYLOO will force them to reinvest and actually bankrupt them on minimal loss bonus. So, look, this first CT side gun round, with the couple of kills that they did get, hopefully they'll be able to invest in M4s. Probably going to be very limited util, but yeah, M4s and armor across the board. A chance here for Steel Helmet. Oh, Max 7 comes out for AE. Almost certain that he's going to be the B Apartments anchor. But look, a chance at a reset here for Steel Helmet. And I'm not going to say they're going to win this game on Mirage or anything like that. But if they can reset here, maybe there's a chance that they can make this look like a bit more of a respectable scoreline for these old fellas.
Yeah, I don't know what I really came into this one expecting, but I'm generally pretty happy with what we're seeing. I think obviously the issues for TYLOO at the moment is kind of obvious that they're losing a little too many of their weapons against the Deagles, but aside from that, I mean, they're just looking supremely confident in this matchup. Mosey will get caught off there by Xiao Saga, so a little bit to say there, but yeah, it's not over.
I mean, TYLOO spent a fair bit of time and resources actually putting him into that lurk position up near windows, so that's a bit of a loss and pushes us into a position now where TYLOO has a bit more of a one-dimensional approach here. Only 2 smokes, or 3 smokes rather, and a handful of util to try to get into this A site, which is pretty much undefended. It's only DD here. Closest rotator is Mo, who has absolutely no utility to be able to support him. So as the smokes come out, let's see how DD is able to hold.
Well, so far he's not holding much. Hiding in the firebox, and TYLOO are well aware of that fact. Advent just books him through the box. That's not a good feeling. Mo would have been very lucky to survive there, but he did his job. He's kept the numbers actually favorable for Steel Helmet. With that plant going down now, the onus turns back over to Steel Helmet. 18 will be plucked away by Jamyoung, who looks to take control of CT. Now he's got that flash set up, and there's going to be the double swing in from Kaze and Jamyoung. Kaze, though, in the wars at the moment, copping all of that util damage. It's really on to Jamyoung. Gets himself the 1-for-1. Great shot by Xiao Saga and finishes off Kaze as well.
He's so good. He's actually doming right now. Like, he is pretty much the only player on Steel Helmet who looks like is able to step up to this level of competition right now.
I mean, he was always the one IGL in China. Oh, I guess I wouldn't say one, because at times you sort of saw within the TYLOO mixes that their IGL was quite a heavy fragger as well, but particularly toward the later
server
stages.
Right now, triple-digit ADR, clutching right and left. This is actually like an insane performance. This is a hard carry performance right now.
115
from Xiao
ADR,
Sage. And I'm not even that surprised, to be honest, because this is exactly what he was doing all day long on Invictus as well. So, look, there's the reset for Steel Helmet. Captain Mo now playing with confidence, but is punished, and that's going to be an A1S, a retrievable there for Mosea, who only had a Mach 10 previously, so bit of a firepower upgrade. With that lost pick in middle, you can see Xiao Sage as well as 18YM trying to look for picks. But unfortunately, losing that B Apartments player is starting to open up that part of the map, and TYLOO seems like they want to head towards B in this 5-on-3.
Wouldn't be a bad choice. There's no defense over there at the moment. Rotation's coming in from 18, but it's going to be smoked off.
Bit of a fake. Setting Mercury in to pull the rotations across. 18 peeking into middle spots out. The re-peek is ambitious. I guess from a numbers disadvantage, though, you can't really blame him. He's trying to pull something back and hoping that there's only that one player that he spotted in middle. Peeks into 4 Ts. Not what he was expecting.
No, I mean, that's one of those rounds where you sort of make the swing, then the record scratch comes in and he realizes he's messed up a little bit. Not much you can do there. Even if you get one, you're always going to get traded. So TYLOO are just going to contact their way into B. That said, Xiao Saga is holding on right here, and I think he's getting a bit of help from the crowd there. They're starting to scream. Won't really work out in the end, though, for him. A 1-for-1. And so TYLOO straight into the B bomb site. This game is going to be wrapped up pretty quickly.
Too much for DD to do in that 1-on-4. So despite actually getting the reset and forcing TYLOO on a bit of a weak buy, they still force and recover this kill. I mean, you get across towards that tap area and you can catch CTs walking up mid in the aggressive setup. Xiao Sage, hands behind his head, wondering what more do I have to do to get us a dub here today. Unfortunately, a lot more than what he's doing, and he's already digging pretty deep, so
yep,
not much more to be done. Tac timeout coming out here for Steel Helmet, but look, this game's already kind of going by the wayside. It's been entertaining, to say the least, and it's, what's the word for it? You know, when you get a bit of a throwback enjoyment. That's what I'm getting from this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun.
I'm having fun too. This feels like a show match, to be honest. This doesn't feel like an actual game in a qualifier for an IEM event. This feels like we rolled out the Boomer squad to play against the current #1 team. That's what this feels
fair.
like.
That's a fair show match. Tell you what, though, there will be some better games later on in this qualifier if sanity prevails.
Yeah. This next game could definitely provide some entertainment factor, but at least for now, Force Mike is going to come out for Steel Helmet. They've put together whatever they could. This is the issue with trying to chase a scoreline deficit on the CT side. At some point, your economy is going to get broken. And look, they've left Xiao Sage to defend middle and B, and 4 players trying to stack A. You got to cut some corners when you're down to one of these low CT buys, but unfortunately, against a low CT buy, the meta play is often going for this short split, and Xiao Sage's absolutely ate that one, and that'll be the end of the game.
Yeah, you would have to say so. Mosey going to have a pretty easy time there dealing with DD, who just goes jumping straight into connector, because why not at this point? Mo with the Deagle, chances are he'll probably get this kill. It was a 5-7, but really it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, you just see any of these Steel Helmet guys with a pistol, you think they're probably going to get at least a kill. That is an M4 in the hands of AE, but I'm not really sure that that's going to help them too much. No defuse kit, no util to get back into this site. Player disadvantage. AE is going to have to pop off with this M4. And, well, he's been struggling to frag so far in this game, so I'm not really buying it. 18 gets his third for the map, and that is just not nearly enough for Steel Helmet. I mean, Tia Saga, he can say he did pretty well, 19 and 15, but he needed a bit of help from the rest of the lads and just did not get it. So TYLOO utterly dominate that one.
Yeah, look, Mo, DD definitely had their moments, but like you said, I think a one-man fragging performance is not